Christmas is coming, and today I will share with you a selection of books I have that I have read, am currently reading, or want to read in the future by Japanese authors. When I found out more recently, about Japanese authors and their cozy way of writing, I decided to delve deeper into the universe of Japanese literature. And I'm not talking about the more widely known one like Murakami. I'm talking about others you may not know, or you may know already, which is great. So, without further ado, here is a selection of books that I think you will enjoy. We start with Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. This is a book from a series of books that follow this sort of title, Before something. And this author is very good from what I've been told. I haven't read this one before. I want to read this one, but I'm currently on another one, which we'll get to later. Also, this was the first one that I bought from the whole cozy literature from Japanese authors, but I haven't read it. So when I was like, oh, you should really read this one, it's super, like, you don't have to think too much, just read and enjoy. This was the one that I was recommended, but I then got another ones and bought more, and I started reading those ones first, and yeah, that's what happened. But I'm excited to go to this one, and if you have read this one already, please let me know if you enjoyed it. Next we have What You Are Looking For Is in the Library by Michiko Aoyama. Michiko, she's a reporter, and this is her most famous book, but she has written others, and I think there's actually a sequel to this one, and then there's another one which I will show you. So I haven't read this one either, but I want to, and then I will read the sequel. But the other book by Michiko that we have is this one. Let's get to this one. This one is in Portuguese, if you don't understand the title. I couldn't find the title in English for some reason, so I don't know how to. I will translate it directly from Portuguese, which means hot chocolate at first days. So if you know the correct name in English, please let me know. And the name in Japanese is Mokuyobi ni Hakoko ao. So if by this name you understood what it is, let me know the correct name. This is the book I am currently reading, and I haven't read much yet, but I already love it because it's, as I said, with all these books that I'm showing you, they are cozy, and they're like, you don't have to think too much to enjoy them. You just read and enjoy a good story. And what I love most about these books is that, for me, I am more of a fantasy reader, so I love big fantasy stories. But sometimes I need a break, because when you get into a new universe, you have to learn all those things, and it's too much. So sometimes I need a break, and these books are the perfect break. So this is the book I'm currently reading, and I love it already, and I haven't even read too much. I definitely recommend this one. The next book Convenience Store Woman was always strange, and her parents would ask if she would fit in the real world. So, when the girl decides to go to work for a convenience store, the news is received with extreme enthusiasm. More so because at the store she will find a very predictable world that she will dominate with the help of manual and copying her colleagues, even the way they speak. So, I am aware that Japanese culture is extremely different from Western culture, but I am extremely excited to see how it is portrayed in the life of a young woman trying to fit in the world in Japanese society. I want to see that, so that's what led me to buy this book. This book I absolutely loved. I already finished this one. It's the Kamogawa Food Detectives by Hisashi Kashiwai. And I know there's a sequel, so I am going to buy the sequel soon and read it too once I finish the other one. But this book is amazing. Imagine cozy literature with cuisine. It's two things that I absolutely love. This book is not big and it has like 6 chapters. Each chapter is named after a dish. The book revolves around finding that dish for a different person every time. So each chapter is actually a small story, and this book is like 6 small stories that unfold and reveal a bigger story all in itself. I absolutely love this book. It was like every chapter, it was very anime-like. Every chapter felt like an anime episode. Something happens, there's a conflict, there's a resolution, next episode. It was amazing, and I can't wait to read the next one. I really recommend this one. Now, we get to the 2 last books, and they are related, but this is probably the most famous one right now, I think. And I also read this one, which is Days at the Morisaki Bookshop. This one is also in Portuguese. But I read this book and I read it in one sitting. Like, I started reading, I was immediately hooked. Oh, this is by Satoshi Yagisawa, by the way. And I was extremely hooked by this book. I loved it. And once I finished and I discovered there was a sequel, I was like, I'm gonna buy it. And I did. Here it is. This is the second book after this one, and I am excited to read this one. But if it's anything like this, it's going to be amazing, and I have high expectations for this one. So yeah, this is my next book, and it's the last book I have to recommend for you. If you read this one, I'm sure you're gonna want to read this one, because you're gonna love both. And those were my book recommendations for this Christmas. Christmas is a time of coziness, warm reading with a hot chocolate at the first day if you want. So, go buy yourself one of these cozy literature books and enjoy this festive season. I am sure I will enjoy. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed my book recommendations, and even though I didn't do much triggers on this one, I hope you got to relax. So I will see you next week, and during the week you will also have the daily shorts that I have been putting for the Tingles calendar and the Star Wars Advent calendar, so keep enjoying those. I love the interactions I've been having. I will see you next week for another video. Until then,